Welcome, Subnautica fans, to another Wolfie's Where Is It? Today, I'm going to help you locate the Stillsuit and the water purifier. So it's basically, today's episode is about acquiring water, large quantities of water, I might add. We are going to be heading out to the bulb zone, the Cush zone, to wreck the second wreck in the zone. It is a unnumbered wreck, and we're going to be using the sea moth today because of the distance. We're going about 1.5 kilometers out, so that would be a fairly long trip for the sea glide, but completely doable. And again, we're going to be using our coral tube. We're going to be on the right side of the tube as we face Aurora. And like the episode for the alien containment, going to the same wreck, we're going to use the edge of this coral tube here as our far sight. And for our near sight, we're going to be using the edge here, the rim here, of our unique coral tube here. And I'm going to turn off the marker temporarily so make it a little more visible. So I'm kind of lining up my pointer on the edge of that far tube. Let's go back a little bit so make the adjustments a little bit finer. And we want to take a brief moment. You don't have to get nuts with the alignment here. Yeah, that's what I want right there. Where you can just barely see that other tube out there. And we've got everything lined up. And we're going to go about 1.5 kilometers out. I'm going to strafe sideways so I go around things, and then shoot right through this section here. We are going to be at, I bumped that. Let's get back on target. See, I turned, I bumped the that embankment when I go with the sub. If you hit an embankment like that, you got to go back to that coral tube and reline up everything, because it will quite likely pivot you off of your target. Anyway, we are going to be at and beyond the crush depth of the basic sea moth. So I highly recommend that you have a Mark 1 upgrade, which gets you 300 meters, which will get you to the actual bottom here. It is not critical that you have the Mark 1, however, it makes life a lot better. You'll be able to get the sub down closer to the wreck, and you can park the sub up at 198 or so meters and hover it above the wreck. The wreck is about 220 or maybe it's 230 deep, so you're a good 30 meters past crush depth on the sub. You can reach it with the sea glide from the surface, assuming you have the Ultra O2 tank. With the second level tank, it probably would be a one-way trip, and I wouldn't recommend doing it that way because it's a hell of a long swim out here without the sub. So I very highly recommend that you come out here in the sea moth if at all possible. And there's our wreck here that we're going to be looking for. Okay, and the entrances that we are going to be, and yes, I am beyond crush depth, but I've got damage turned off temporarily. Okay, the entrances that we're going to be paying attention to is this handle door, and also this tunnel right here. So if you're out here with your Seamoth, put out a Mark 1. This thing up, 198 or so. Gives you nice lighting down there.
Passing 100 meters.
You don't need a torch for this, a cutting torch.
Passing 200 meters. Oxygen
We're going to open the handle door here. And our water purifier is right here. So we could scan this entire, it's just one scan. So that'll get you the water purifier. The second entrance, obviously you'd want to go back to your sub and get air. Oops, where am I? There we go. The second entrance that we want is down this ventilation shaft into this room. And there's lots of scannable odds and ends around here. Bed, pots, tables if you don't have them. Wall, shelf, but the item we're here to get is right here in this data pad, the Stillsuit. So there you go. That will give you the Stillsuit and the water purifier one trip. So there's your water supply, pretty much for the rest of the game, should you decide to go that route for your water. Again, you want this handle door and this tunnel, the ventilation shaft tunnel. Rotate it around. Oh, there we go. Make sure I'm still over the wreck. Yep. So we're roughly 1,510 meters out. So start looking for the wreck around 1,500 meters. And it is in, drop to the bottom here. So yeah, it's 230 meters. So you could, you could make it from the surface, assuming Ultra O2 tank and the Sea Glide. But the Seamoth makes it far more practical. Oh, okay, that's the water purifier and the Stillsuit. Appreciate you watching.